Well, great win. I mean, just first half was absolutely about as good a basketball as I've seen in my 13 years being a head coach. Guys are ready to go. Just team defense, amazing. Effort, phenomenal. Rebounding the basketball was terrific. And then playing such a fun style of basketball to get out on the break was terrific. So a great win versus a program that we really, really respect and know we're always going to get their best shot. So terrific win.
You did talk about the getting out and running, and it was 22-0 in fast break points at halftime. Steals, the first possession of the second half, True's diving and hitting his face on the floor, but diving for a loose ball with a 27-point lead. What did get into him, since Tuesday, which I know you've said wasn't a bad loss, but it was a loss. What changed since Tuesday?
Yeah, I don't think much has changed. I thought our effort was pretty good versus San Jose. I mean, we're sitting at 7-1, so it's not like we're having a bad year by any means. We just lost it. We're not gonna win every game. It's just the reality of it. And San Jose is a good program, so I don't think much has changed. I think we've had some really, really good moments in 8 games, and the effort was just phenomenal. But I haven't really seen over 19 games a lack of effort. It showed a little bit more today.
And then the 15 for 15 on free throws that Frank mentioned right before you started. That's what you guys do, right? You just hit a bunch of free throws.
Yes.
You've been coaching them.
Mm-hmm. And we're a good free throw defense team. I love that stat. I don't know what the hell it means, but we're like top 20 in the country at free throw defense. So, yeah, I mean, that's obviously was a welcome sign. Offensively, we're really good.
It's called boogeyman defense.
Yes, yeah. I don't know what that means, Frank, but go ahead.
You're a team you built this team to combat teams like that, bigger, stronger,
Yeah.
physical players who can guard in the wing and protect the paint. Just talk about the effort that you're getting from your guys, the wings like Phillip, like Jovan.
Yeah, to see a guy like Phillip get 10 rebounds, we won 26 games last year, so obviously we were a really good team, but it was hard at times with the size on the perimeter. There's a lot of times I missed those two guys, though, too, so don't get me wrong. But we had that in mind with Phillip, so where we could compete and rebound and do those things. So he was great. Phillip is such an awesome kid, for one. Love coaching him, love being around him every single day. And he's just a warrior on the glass. Like, Stoff only had 3 rebounds, but I think a lot of that was Phillip just battling on the glass.
Coach, without saying too much, could you describe the game plan coming in and how you guys really were able to dismantle this very talented Boise State team?
How brief do you want me to keep it? Do you have plans or something? Are you going to a bar or something tonight? I mean,
as long as you guys are not giving away any secrets. I don't want to.
No, I mean, we have a lot of respect for Boise. We had to be aggressive with Cardenas on ball screens because he's really a wizard passing the ball. I mean, I think Donovan is one of the best point guards in the country, but Cardenas is terrific as well. So we wanted to do our best to take away his vision. We wanted to really, really try to crowd Degenhart because he's terrific as well. And in the first half, it went according to plan, about as good as I've seen. And just play hard and compete. We want to win a championship just like the other teams in this conference. And we know in order to do that, we got to beat teams like Boise.
And then speaking about Donovan, obviously we all know how great of a point guard he is. You do as well. Does he sometimes surprise you with some of the stuff he does out there, whether it's like a flashy pass or a flashy finish?
He shocked me today when he got a rebound. So I was stunned by it. So, yes, that was the most shocking moment I've seen from Donovan. But he's a great player, and we're lucky to have him.
19-point margin of victory over the preseason pick to win the conference. Just what element of this performance pleased you the most?
First half, that was about as good a basketball as we've played since I have been here. Just foaming at the mouth to get back. San Jose game stung. We hadn't lost in over a month, and we responded very, very well versus New Mexico State loss. And I just thought they were locked in and ready to compete. And sometimes when you have a tough loss, it's hard to play one of the best teams in the league. But I thought it was good for our guys.
Coach, you guys scored 8 quick points at the beginning of the game, and you guys never really looked back. How important is it to get off to a quick start at the beginning of the game?
Well, it's always nice, but, it's a 40-minute game. We try not – there's going to be ebbs and flows. But, yeah, it's great when you can get an early lead. And, it's similar to different type of game to San Diego State, but we were able to kind of control that game. This had a little bit more offense, certainly. And Boise had been playing great. I mean, they just beat Wyoming by 40. They had Utah State beat. So they had a lot of confidence. And, it was a great start and a great finish.
And you talk about, a really, really good first half. I think a player, and you may agree with this, True Washington had a really big imprint on that first half. I think the stat is you guys are undefeated, maybe 9-10-0 now when he scores double figures.
Yeah.
How important is his role on this team to be aggressive and make plays on both ends of the court?
Well, I think defensively he's embracing it. When we watch film from last year, you see Jalen House and the effort that he plays with. True can be that guy. Everybody wants to score, and I want True to score, but I want True to value defense first and then let the offense come. He was way more under control on the break, really played under control, made some great passes. So he's only a sophomore. He's coachable, willing to learn, and did a phenomenal job on Cardenas.
Coach, you have a third game coming up within like a 7-8 day stretch. It's going to be the first time, I think, this season that you play a team for the second time. Can you just talk about the challenges of preparing for that now?
Yeah, fast, high octane, can really, really score. So we've got to get some rest. We'll come in tomorrow afternoon and turn the page. So it's always hard to beat a team twice. And, I think we saw that with San Jose. Great game time. Nice change of pace from the 9 p.m. game, so love that. And another great opportunity.
The other day after you left, Philip was talking about the flight back from San Jose, how Donnie pulled some of the players together just to talk to him about the loss and to get over it. Were you aware that he had done that, or is that something you challenged him to do?
No, I was actually going to go to the bathroom, and I heard him. He didn't see me because it's really dark on the plane, but I heard him saying to a couple of the guys, like, stay together. Let's go see if we can get Friday, which was awesome to see because the world that we live in with phones and social media, we overreact so much. And to hear a leader say that is huge. And as much as the players can say it amongst themselves is great. And, they were really disappointed when they lost San Jose, and that's what you want out of a locker room.
They had shot 51% over the last 2 games from the three, hit 27 three-pointers. I know a year ago, you remember, Max Rice hit 7 of them. And then tonight, they were 1 for their first 19, I think it was, and they actually hit 2 of their 5 in the final 2 minutes. Was there something you specifically did to slow their three-point shooting down, or is it just one of those nights where sometimes you get shots and sometimes you don't?
Well, we knew they were really hot. So it was just a point of emphasis. It wasn't necessarily one thing that we did. But, that Utah State game was unbelievable the way they shot the ball. Wyoming was phenomenal as well. So they had been extremely hot. So I think our guys understood that it was very important to take away the 3.
And then I will ask about Tyson Degenhardt just because he's a guy I know you respect a lot and is a Player of the Year candidate. What was the plan on Tyson tonight? And do you feel like you guys accomplished it? He still ended up with 14 points. Had a solid game, but not a great game.
Yeah, I thought first half phenomenal. I don't know what he had at the first half, but they had 2 points. Yeah, they gave him the ball. They were going at Stoff. We needed to crowd him a little bit more. So I think overall no complaints. He's going to get his. Guarded the 3-point line well because he can really shoot it. Although he's not shooting a great percentage, he's a terrific threat from there. And we wanted to go after him in the post. We did that. We wanted to crowd him on drives, and we were great in the first half. Not as good in the second half.
And last one, I promise. They were fronting Nelly that first half, and it seemed like they went a long time before they adjusted to that. Did you know they were going to do that? I mean, you guys were able to get a lot of he was able to get behind your defender.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know they would do that, but I thought our guys did a great job throughout our flow. We kept telling Nelly, keep working, because they were playing on the top side, and we got some really good high-lows.
Well, let me just say, the fans here are amazing, so I'll give that one thing. The fans here were amazing. We fed off their energy. But just defensively, I feel like we played very hard and well on defense, and that we picked it up this game and rebounding.
You guys got out and ran. That's a Boise State team that, because of rebounding in particular, usually doesn't let you get out and run like that. But it was 22-0 at halftime in fast break points. Is that something you guys saw that you could do coming in, or just like made sure you had to do because you hadn't been doing it?
Yeah, Coach preaches transition points. So he's all about pushing the ball in transition, especially when we're on top of our defense, getting them deflections and steals. He's all about pushing. So I feel like that's really our identity as a team, just playing that transition and fast-paced basketball.
Jovan, people that have seen your trainer Phillips tweets with you showing off your skills, how was it to do those kind of plays with him in the pit with that crowd?
It felt good. It felt good being out there playing with the guys. starters took care of business early, so we got some of the bench guys in there. It was just fun. The atmosphere is amazing. Playing with these guys is amazing. So just thankful to be out there on the court.
And this team was built in the offseason to play big physical teams like Boise State. That's why Stoff is here. That's why you're here. Phillip is here. Did you feel like this was an opportunity for you guys to really make a statement against a team that was picked in front of you in the preseason?
For sure, for sure. I'd say that we did a great job with our size on the rebound end. Against San Diego State, we also did a great job on the rebound end, so that's been a big part of our success.
As previously mentioned, you guys did lose by 1 point to San Jose State. Did that really give you guys like a chip on your shoulder coming into the night?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Obviously, you don't want to lose in conference at all. We started off 6-0 and we lost that one. We fell short. Last possession, we couldn't close out the game with the rebound. So yeah, just staying on top of it. Coming in here, being ready. Practices been more physical. Coach has been more detailed. So we've been on top of it.
This year, you guys have struggled with your just overall team shooting percentage tonight. 15 from 15 at free throw line, over 50% from the game from the field. You said you're just feeding off each other early. I mean, how much really was that contagious tonight?
I would just say reps more so. I feel like in practice we've been getting a lot of reps up. Obviously, when the ball is moving, assists, that's a big thing. Like I said, Donnie, really good point guard, finding the guys. True's coming out ball screen, finding guys, so we're all just playing together.
You guys got out to a really hot start today with at least 8-0 before you gave them a bucket. How important is it to be able to come out the gates at the start of the game and get your offense going, feed off the energy of the crowd, and how does that help you for the rest of the game?
For sure, man. Feeding off the energy in the crowd, everything, we start off great. I feel like starting off great also, like throughout the middle of the game, we also play very hard and well. So just keep building that lead. That's our main thing. Just keep building that lead.
All right, I thought he had a double-double. I've seen now he only had 9 points, but I'm curious what you think of Phillip getting to a near double-double and kind of having the game he had and sort of the last month that he's had after what was a slow start for a guy who started the season as a starter.
For sure, man. Phillip's a monster. He's 6'9", wing, so big thing that he does really well is rebounding the ball. The last couple of games he's been rebounding the ball very well. That's been a big impact to our success, so... Yeah, I love him. That's my Serbian guy, so I love supporting him, watching him play, and bringing that energy for the team.
So, I mean, I know you're from Toronto.
Yeah.
Your parents both from Serbia, correct?
Right.
Do you guys speak the same?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you're from Toronto. You speak the language.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you and him talk like in practice?
We do, and the coaches get on us a little bit for it. They're like, speak English because they trying to understand a little bit. But me and have had that connection, so it's fun. It's fun.
And he kind of said the same thing about you. That one game that you had a big game, your first big game. I think he was saying, that's my guy. So you and him do kind of have a bond, other than just like you guys are the Serbian brothers, like you said. You guys kind of have a bond out there, don't you?
100%. I love Phillip. That's my guy. Like I said, we both come from Serbian descent, so it just makes it easier. I can help him out. He speaks his language toward me, and we're just there together with each other.
I heard somebody refer to him as a goofball the other day.
Yeah, he's funny. He likes to make jokes and everything. He thinks he knows a lot of this stuff, like very smart, but he's a jokester for real.
Funnier than you?
I feel like I'm a little funny, but